Did you know America's tourism industry is quietly collapsing? And no one's talking about it. Once hailed as the ultimate travel dream, the United States now feels more like a fortress than a welcoming destination. It's not just the hassle, it's the message. You're not wanted here. From overwhelming bureaucracy to rising anti-immigrant rhetoric, from digital surveillance to astronomical costs, global tourists are turning away in record numbers. So what happened? In this video, we'll break down the 15 shocking reasons why people around the world are avoiding the US like never before, and why this isn't just bad for tourism, but for the entire American economy. Because this isn't just about flights and photos. It's about America's fading image, its shrinking influence, and a soft power collapse we can't afford to ignore. So before we jump in, smash that like button and subscribe the channel, because by the end of this video, you'll seriously be rethinking every trip you take behind the wheel. Let's get started. Number 1, the visa nightmare. Let's start with the visa nightmare. Once a fairly straightforward process, applying for a US visa now feels like being put on trial. The interviews are intense and often invasive. Applicants must surrender years of travel history, full employment records, social media handles, and even the names and backgrounds of friends and family. It no longer feels like security, but it feels like default suspicion. Worse, the wait times are staggering. In places like India, Nigeria, Mexico, and Brazil, some people are waiting up to 500 days just for an interview. That's 18 months to simply spend money in America. Number 2, airport humiliation. Even if you successfully obtain a US visa, your troubles may just be beginning. The airport experience can be overwhelming, even traumatic. Tourists have shared stories of being detained for hours without explanation, interrogated with deeply personal questions, and having their electronic devices searched on the spot. Some have been denied entry and deported after spending thousands on flights and accommodations. Customs officers have reportedly asked, "Why are you really here? Who are you staying with?" And even, "What's your opinion on our politics?" For many visitors, what should be an exciting holiday starts with fear, suspicion, and psychological intimidation. Number 3, facial recognition and surveillance state. The rise of facial recognition, biometric screening, and AI-driven profiling at US borders is often marketed as cutting-edge and efficient. But for many travelers, it feels like stepping into a dystopian surveillance state. Cameras scan your face the moment you land, algorithms analyze your travel history, and your digital footprint is quietly examined. If your name sounds Middle Eastern, African, or South Asian, or if you visited countries deemed high risk, you're far more likely to be flagged, interrogated, or delayed. It's not about your actions, but your identity. The unspoken message is chillingly clear. We don't trust you because of who you are. Number 4, skyrocketing costs. Then there's the price tag. And for many travelers, it's a deal breaker. A modest hotel room in New York City now costs around $350 a night, and that's before hidden charges. And layers of local taxes often add an extra 20–30% to your bill with little to no warning. Planning a family trip to Disney World? A 3-day visit can easily run over $500 just for entry, before you even think about food, drinks, transportation, or lodging. What used to be a dream vacation has become an expensive ordeal few can justify. Number 5, tourist price gouging. Even iconic landmarks, once symbols of American openness, are becoming out of reach for the average visitor. A basic ferry ticket might get you near the Statue of Liberty, but if you want to climb up to the crown, that's a separate, limited, and costly ticket. The Empire State Building offers breathtaking views, but only if you pay for the highest tier access. The Grand Canyon Skywalk? Also premium priced. These aren't isolated cases. They reflect a growing pattern. The US isn't just expensive anymore. It's becoming a place where full experiences are reserved for those who can afford luxury. Number 6, gun violence fears. Then there's the issue that terrifies everyone: gun violence. The United States has become synonymous with mass shootings, and the world is watching. Headlines about attacks in schools, malls, concerts, and grocery stores dominate international news. For many foreign travelers, the fear is no longer abstract, it's real. Parents from Europe, Canada, Japan, and Australia are telling their children to stay away. Travel advisories from multiple governments now explicitly warn visitors to remain alert in public spaces due to the risk of random gunfire. What was once unthinkable as being shot on vacation is now a serious concern. Number 7, racial profiling and hate crimes. If you're Asian, Black, Muslim, or from the global South, your experience in the U.S. may be far from welcoming. Tourists report being stared at, followed in stores, subjected to rude questions, or treated like suspects instead of guests. Like racial profiling at airports, aggressive questioning by authorities, and subtle, or not so subtle, discrimination in hotels and restaurants are common stories. For many people of color, a trip to America doesn't feel like a vacation. It feels like a test of endurance. This isn't the hospitality the U.S. promotes. It's hostility. And it's driving travelers to choose safer, friendlier destinations. Number 8, collapse of student tourism. America once welcomed over 1 million international students each year, drawn by top universities and career opportunities. But that number is falling. Hostile immigration policies, aggressive visa scrutiny, and unpredictable delays or revocations have made students and their families think twice. Stories of students being denied entry at the airport or deported for minor paperwork issues have spread fast. Now, many ask, why risk it? Meanwhile, countries like Canada, Germany, and Australia are making it easier for students to apply, stay, and build a future. They're gaining not just tuition fees, but global talent that America is actively pushing away. Number 9, lost soft power. Travel isn't just about dollars, it's about diplomacy. Every tourist who visits the U.S. becomes a storyteller back home, sharing photos, memories, and opinions that shape how others see America. When those experiences are joyful, the U.S. builds goodwill. But when the journey involves visa nightmares, high costs, invasive screenings, or fear of violence, those impressions turn sour. This isn't just a PR problem. It's a loss of global trust. As fewer people feel welcome, America loses a key form of soft power, cultural influence, and emotional connection with the world. That's political capital you can't buy back. Number 10, vanishing cultural tourism. Festivals that once drew thousands of international visitors, like South by Southwest, Mardi Gras, or smaller cultural expos celebrating everything from jazz to indigenous art, are now seeing international attendance plummet. These events were once global magnets for creativity, music, food, and innovation. But as visa hurdles grow and airfares soar, fewer people are making the trip. U.S. embassies, which used to promote these cultural showcases abroad, have scaled back dramatically. Budget cuts, political shifts, and a reduced focus on soft diplomacy mean outreach has all but disappeared. Without visibility or support, global interest is quietly fading away. Number 11, Hollywood lockout. Foreign filmmakers, actors, and producers are increasingly discouraged from attending U.S. events due to mounting obstacles. What used to be a straightforward visa process is now a frustrating maze of delays, paperwork, and last-minute denials. Even with a valid visa, many face long interrogations or invasive searches at the border. These experiences are not just inconvenient, they're humiliating and stressful. As a result, international talent is turning away from American film festivals, award ceremonies, and co-productions. While Hollywood remains a global brand, the physical U.S. stage is losing its shine. Creative voices are finding new homes in friendlier countries. Number 12, declining business travel. International conferences once filled hotels and convention centers in cities like Chicago, San Francisco, and Las Vegas, bringing in billions in revenue and international prestige. But today, many of those events are relocating to more accessible destinations like Toronto, Lisbon, or Dubai. The reason is simple. Foreign participants are frustrated. Getting a U.S. visa can take months, and even with one in hand, travelers face invasive questioning and occasional rejections upon arrival. For professionals flying across the world, the risk isn't worth it. Some industries report international attendance at U.S. events has dropped by 25 to 40%, and it's still declining. Number 13, rise of exclusive tourism. National parks, once celebrated as the great equalizer of American tourism, now offer premium access passes that prioritize those who can pay more. Want to watch Old Faithful without the crowds or drive into Yosemite without restrictions? Be prepared to spend extra. Museums across the country are following suit, offering expensive skip-the-line passes, timed entries, and exclusive exhibit fees. The spirit of accessibility is fading. Instead of inviting the world to explore, the U.S. is creating a two-tier tourism system. It's not about sharing culture or nature anymore. It's about maximizing profits from those who can afford it. Number 14, Airbnb crackdowns. Looking for a budget-friendly stay through Airbnb? That's becoming increasingly difficult. Major U.S. cities like New York, Los Angeles, and San Francisco have passed strict regulations on short-term rentals, requiring licenses, minimum stay limits, or banning them altogether in many buildings. As a result, tens of thousands of listings have vanished almost overnight. For tourists, this means fewer affordable accommodations and skyrocketing hotel prices. The charm of staying in a cozy local apartment is being replaced by high costs and limited options. For many travelers, it's just not worth the hassle, and they're choosing more welcoming destinations instead. Number 15, the collapse of the American dream abroad. The Statue of Liberty, Route 66, the Golden Gate Bridge, Broadway. These were once symbols of hope, freedom, and the promise of a better life. For decades, they attracted dreamers, adventurers, and artists from all over the world. But today, that dream is cracking. Instead of being welcomed, visitors face interrogation, suspicion, and sky-high costs. What once inspired awe now inspires anxiety. For many, the American dream no longer feels attainable or even worth the trouble. Countries like Canada, Portugal, and Japan are stepping in to fill the void. The world isn't just staying away, it's moving on. And there you have it. 15 shocking reasons why people around the world are thinking twice before visiting the United States. From visa nightmares to safety fears, from sky-high prices to feeling unwelcome, the message is clear. The American dream is starting to lose its shine. What do you think? Is the US still worth visiting? Let us know in the comments below. If you found this video eye-opening, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe for more global insights. And don't forget to hit the bell so you never miss a new video. Thanks for watching. See you next time.